Hey everyone, today we are canning up some crackers. I was able to get a really good deal on some crackers at the grocery store the other day, so I thought I would put some back in the food storage so we have them on hand. So I'll show you a couple of things that you're going to need. Well, all the stuff you're going to need. You're going to need just a couple of pans, one or two, depending on how many jars you're doing at a time. You're going to need some clean rings and lids, some clean jars, and crackers. That's all you're going to need. And you're going to need to set your oven, turn it up to about 225, right there. And we're just going to let that preheat, get it ready, and we'll get started on getting the crackers canned. Now this part is really easy. All you're going to do is fill up your jars with your crackers. So we have got 3 or 4 different kinds of crackers here today, and we're just going to fill up our jars and put them on the cookie sheet and get them ready to go in the oven. You can use any kind of crackers for this project. We do rice, dried beans, pasta, any of your dried goods. You're going to do this the same way. So here we go with our crackers. Now we have all our jars filled up. We had 2 different kinds of crackers. It wasn't quite enough for a jar, so I just popped them all in here. I'm going to throw a lid on this and stick it in the cabinet for the kids to eat right now. So you could can it mixed together like that, but my kids will eat these up really fast. So now we're going to wipe all our seals, all our tops of our jars. We're going to put our seals on and our rings and get them ready for the oven. I just have a little teeny bit of hot water on here. It's very dry. It's not wet at all, hardly, just enough to grab crumbs. We don't want any moisture in these jars. We want to make sure the seal is nice and clean and it will seal good. So we're just going to put our lids on. Throw this one up in the cabinet right now. So we just got our lids on. We're going to put our rings on. And we're going to pop them on a baking sheet because it's easier to transfer them in and out of the oven on a baking sheet. So you don't want to put these on too tight. I use 2 fingers, one on each side, 2 fingers on the jar. That's as tight as you need it. It's gonna, when it heats up, it causes a vacuum seal. And your crackers are airtight and they last a really super long time in food storage like this. We've got all our lids and rings on and they are all ready to go. We are going to pop these in the oven and get them canning. Just transfer your plate, your little sheets right in with all the jars right on them. There. We're going to let those can up and we'll be back in about 30 minutes. We are back after our 30 minutes in the oven and we are going to pull these babies out. And whoa, we're catching pans in here. One at a time. I'm going to set these right up here. And turn the little beeper off. Got a little spot cleared here on the counter. We don't want to put these right directly on the counter because the jars are hot and the counter is cold and it can cause cracking. So we just want to put these on a little, some sort of little surface so they don't crack. And that is it. We're going to let these cool down to room temperature and check all our seals, make sure everything seals right, and they'll be ready for, we'll label them and they'll be ready for the shelf. And these crackers will last years on the shelf. So we've got 4 kinds of crackers. We've got wheat, we've got salt, sea salt pita chips, we got some oyster crackers, and we have some butter, round butter crackers. My kids love those with peanut butter on them. So we usually keep tons of those in the house. So that's it. Thank you for joining me and happy canning. Oh, and remember, this is not FDA approved. They don't like oven canning, but this is how I store stuff for my family. So if you choose to do it that way, that is up to you. I'm not recommending anybody do this, but it works great for our family. Bye.